Hi there. Thanks for joining CPG Bytes, a series of short video segments from Treasure Data, where we chat about the latest news and industry trends and read between the lines to provide our perspective and insights. So David, my friend, what do you have for us today?
Hey, good afternoon, Stephen. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Dave. I'm doing fantastic. And you?
I'm doing well as well. So I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. So our European team, Treasure Data's European team, did basically a survey, did some research around decision making and they surveyed a number of executives across different industries in the UK, France, and Germany. And they came up with some, I think, pretty interesting observations. And it's all in this white paper entitled Better Decisions in the Age of Unpredictability. And I think that those two words, decisions and unpredictability, if I could say it right, will resonate with folks because, we're all living in this world where we have to make decisions. And we're living in this post-COVID world or COVID world where things are very unpredictable, right? And I always like to think about the fact that data drives insights, drives action. And I oftentimes think people get a little bit too hung up on the data side and the insights piece, but at the end of the day, it's all about making better decisions and driving action within your enterprise. So there's a lot of information in this white paper, but three things I thought I'd pull out. The first is that things are very unpredictable. So there's a whole discussion here around how COVID has forced people to just be more agile, make decisions in a more rapid, time fashion. And in some cases, the decisions are, I don't want to call them do or die, but, companies have had to make some very, unprecedented and very difficult decisions in terms of keeping their business afloat during all this disruption that we've seen. And so I think things have gotten much worse from that perspective in terms of this need to really be operating at a pace and a speed that's really unprecedented. The second thing that I thought I'd call out of this is the fact that, and this is a discussion about data and the problems around data, but I found this really fascinating that this problem cuts across small businesses, medium business, and large businesses. And so this first graph here kind of talks about the decision-making burden in terms of the pressure that business leaders feel. And what's interesting is large businesses, those leaders actually feel more pressure than small, but it's still pretty big in all those cases. I think part of that is just because of the enormity of the decisions that a large business is making. They're probably making decisions that are in the millions and millions of dollars range, which can put a lot of pressure on you. Yeah. The second piece here, and I found this really fascinating, was what we're calling here this data disparity. And the fact that, smaller businesses, small and versus medium and large, actually seems like smaller businesses feel like they're doing a better job of getting the data, right? And so, but they're all struggling with really getting and feeling confident in the data. And I think that confidence brings us to the last point. I thought this phrase is so good, called FOMO. We've all heard of fear of missing out, FOMO. This is FOMO, which is the fear of messing up. And this just really struck a chord to me, Stephen, in terms of how many times have you or I or other decision makers laid awake at 2 a.m. thinking, oh my gosh, I got to make this decision. Will I make the right decision? And do I have the right data to support that decision-making process? And I feel like that's the key here is if you're going to be making these really important strategic decisions in a more timely way and in a more rapid way, you have to have that data to drive that decision. And I think, that's where we fit in from a CDP perspective, is providing, especially in the marketing space, but in other use cases as well, that data that can help marketers and executives make the right decision to drive their business forward.
No, that's really well said. And the way I look at not just like corporations, but human life is nothing more than just a series of decisions. And in my mind, in order to make the right decisions, we as individuals or as corporations, we need real-time data or the timely information for us to do the right things. Human beings or corporations don't intend to set out to make wrong decisions. I certainly hope not. And I don't know anyone who was born to make bad decisions. So how that kind of came about is that they may have the bad data or wrong information at the time to make a less than stellar decision. So in order for you and I, or even large enterprises to make the right decisions, is the same for anybody, is that we all just need to organize the data and information we have at hand to make the right decisions for our families or for our shareholders. Large companies, as you have said, David, they have way too much data on hand, and they just need to know how to use the right data, how to organize that into a right decision-making model for them at the moment. And we all have too much data at hand, and it's just a matter of how do you pick the best choices, and how do you use the data that you have or the information that you have to do best for yourself.
Exactly. So I encourage all the listeners and viewers to download this. It's a really interesting white paper. And again, it's from our European team, but I think a lot of the points would apply to the US and other countries as well.
Absolutely. So thank you, David, for the insights today. And thank you for joining us. As David has said, we will be making this Better Decisions document available in the descriptions below. Please go and download it. Once again, it's for free. And for more videos like this, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the bell for all notifications. And we'll be back in 2 weeks with more topics for CPG Bytes. Talk to you soon.
Thanks. Bye-bye.